My 2080 Ti has frozen my PC a lot over the month of June. My PC froze unfortunately during this recording. Because of this, I lost my webcam footage, so you do not get to see me dressed up for the courtroom. There will be no webcam footage for this video. But let's get to it.
Oh my gosh. I apparently only record this game like once a month now. It's June 26th. The last time I played this game was May 19th. I don't get it. I don't know. No time to play is a turn. I'm also using a new mic, the AT2020 USB Plus. This is my first recording with it, so I hope it's decent. I've done level testing, I've added the filters. It should be good. If it's not, then this video is going to be hilarious. Let us load the game, review case notes, and then continue the game. Oh, voices. January 7th, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Why does Maggie have to be the first one on? Alright, we'll warm up with some evidence, which we really do not have a lot of, comparatively to like previous trials or, you know, stuff like that. Okay, the attorney's badge, it shows that I'm a defense attorney. I feel like that's going to come into play, because if the imposter didn't have this, then that's easy money in terms of like proving who we are as Phoenix, right? Magatama recovered in the kitchen of Tribulations, right? An article from December 5th says I trounced and my client was found guilty. Article from December 5th, okay, which was like a few days after the actual murder happened, right? The sports paper, which is left by the victim, doodle is in the victim's handwriting. MC Bomber, 500,000, 100,000, hahaha. Mask start a mask. No newspapers as well, right? So the job listings from Victor Kudo, picked up from a bench in Vitamin Square, thrown away. The lunch special, it's $20 and it's trash. Jean's loan contract. Chef, right? Yep. Jean is in $500,000 in debt. The owner of the loan is Tender Lender, which hasn't been pursued yet in terms of what is Tender Lender. And this awesome scooter is ridden by the phony. The wheel guard is all bashed up, so he crashed. And then obviously everybody, Godot, the Faye Sisters, Gumshoe, Maggie Bird, Mr. Palindrome himself, Glenn Elg, Victor Kudo, who's nasty, John Armstrong, who, frankly, I don't know if he is a man or a woman, because they kept confusing me with that. However, they are the owner and chef of Tribulations, and they are in huge debt, and they are known for theft. Has a thing for waitresses. So he was a programmer that Maggie had apparently never seen before. Okay, we're good. I think, but I'm gonna get nothing right in the trial as usual. She said, "Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor." Maggie!
Maggie!
Ah! Detective Gumshoe?
Are you doing alright? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. Don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you.
Yes?
You better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious. Hey, detective. You're on our side for once, right?
Yup.
So, you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. I've got the situation under control. What do you mean? I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
Oh, shit. I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go smoothly today, huh? Huh. Huh. I can only wish. It never does. But let's do it anyway. 10 a.m. It's court time. Who's ready for the rabble?
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bitter.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Ah!
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was... You was talking to me? It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. What's his name? From episode 1, dude, I swear. They wouldn't show that without it being a long-term game thing. I don't know his name.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me.
Now then, Mr. Golat, please summon your first witness. Hey, pal.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation?
Witness, state your name for the court.
Sorry. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe.
Other way around, Detective.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir.
Since yesterday?
Yeah. The guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report, which is not outdated, thank God.
The court accepts this in evidence.
Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. Someone... Okay. This game is actually slick. Okay, so I'm going to try and not forget the fact that in the opening of this entire episode, the phony Phoenix was the one that did the Salt Bay drip of the stuff into Glenn Elg's coffee. So he's the one that killed him, but I have to prove that he was there. So it was between 1:30 and 2:30, and he did the Potassium Cyanide bay.
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant.
When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused.
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Jean Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
The Tribune floor plans. X equals the victim's seat. Is that even right? Hold on. It must be. They wouldn't tell me otherwise. Come, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir.
The incident. Witness testimony.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have, well, some kind of motive.
You want to state what that is, huh? Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me. Jeez, man. Alright. The cross-examination. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table. Really quick, is there anything I can just immediately press him on? Or, like, present? Was listening to the radio, traces of poison were found in its coffee cup, and what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Hold on. Okay. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had some kind of motive. Okay, let me just actually... Let's say, let me just press him on everything. That's this game. Let's press. Can I stop you for just a minute?
What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Okay. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. But
what killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey!
Hey!
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. Their 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both say that they both said that there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yes, whenever they give you that option, always do that. Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha! That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, trite. No. I still have it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Is it not working? Oh, it's not working. I could have swore I had voice mod activated. Hold on, it's still here though.
Nani?
There we go. I have here in my possession a ticket. He was talking about this too at the restaurant, dude.
ticket? Looks more like a photo to me, that's what I'm saying. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population? The defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef.
This is the scene as witnessed by the chef.
Moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime, how, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at that table?
It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
A photo of the scene taken from near the kitchen. Okay, bro, does it not obscure, I mean, just like a little bit? He could just be kind of off to the left there, you know, or no? Okay, let's continue. So the floor plans, X. X equals the victim's seat. It really doesn't. Okay. Understand the guy Glenn Elk was listening to the radio. Okay. He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not?
Yeah.
And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? How should I know?
Thanks a lot. Now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
Yeah, basically, the judge said move on. That's going nowhere. Traces of the poison. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid? Or was it a powder? Excuse me.
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Mr. Trite?
The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar. Ugh. It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Yes. Are you absolutely certain that the victim ever even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right,
Uh-oh. The music.
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me?
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
I might as well just stay on that page.
NANI? What piece was it again?
This.
Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? This is assault. If a lady can sue McDonald's because she accidentally spilled her hot coffee on her lap, I should be able to sue Godot at least twice now.
Oh, hey, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh, yes. It's unmistakable. There is clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
God damn, this court is active today. For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
The coffee contained potassium cyanide covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints.
Okay.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch, yeah. Potassium cyanide, huh? I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, this stuff's lethal. Eat too much in your history.
How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that?
You know when you swab your ears for earwax? About that much.
Earwax? Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got abundance of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere.
And it looks like Miss Burr might have, well, some kind of motive. Some kind of motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection.
You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Check out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive?
Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
She doesn't have it. I swear she doesn't have it. Who does? He might. Either he does, or the phony does. One of them has it. Maggie doesn't have anything.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
I forgot that part. Okay, so the phony has it. That's not gonna be proven until the next trial. Holy shit.
Then is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? No, she was unconscious, dude. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Right.
Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client.
Ha! I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket?
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What? What? Like, Nani?
Order.
Ha! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
Better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Haha, funny. A winning ticket for $500,000 found during a body search of Maggie. Okay, what the hell does my phony, or Phoenix's phony, have against Maggie? Because it seems like, is he just using her as a scapegoat, maybe? I don't think they would have any history, yeah? I don't know.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's
just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
That's enough. The facts of this case have been saved to the file because I haven't saved yet. Seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
I like an old man who knows the score. That's kind of sus to say.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. Yeah, yeah.
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final, decisive piece of evidence.
He has more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Burr was wearing at the time.
That's kind of sus, actually. Hold on. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... That's what I was trying to figure out in my head. Yeah, I wish I would have said something. I now feel like I'd sound fake. But I swear I'm not. That's coffee and blood. For real, for real.
Ha. It seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? It's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye.
Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something else? I presume you mean...
Of course, I'm referring to the pocket.
The... pocket?
A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket.
A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What? Yeah, okay. Sus. Mad sus.
Order. The court will accept these items into evidence.
I like how I started this video by saying that I don't have a lot of evidence, but now I've received like 5 different pieces of evidence during the trial. Apron worn by Maggie at the time of the incident has a small pocket but big stains. Potassium cyanide, a deadly powdery poison, bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Goda. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain.
You don't need to be told, just look at it. Can he not see red colors through that visor of his? Is he colorblind to the color red?
Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
Honey, you could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Pull a little stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
I thought everyone knew what was it. I thought everyone knew what it was already.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case.
NANI?!
The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established.
You're goddamn right. Well, Trite, it seems you really are a phony after all.
You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Kudo.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
That first whole testimony was literally just pressing. I couldn't present anything. That's crazy. That entire first testimony was to give me more evidence. That
The crime was reported that day at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Victor Kudo. Jesus.
Yeah, I bet it took him a while to report that, you feel me? Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her, sir. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
That is false, I think.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Nah. Last chance to convince the court you're the real lawyer, Trite.
NANI?!
Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So let the fun begin.
investigation. Alright, so this is, he's just saying that. I really thought, like, this would be the last one, but that's just Capcom's way of saying, like, you better make this count. Poor old Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. Let me just press. Why do I always feel like I can present something right off the bat? Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe?
There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them, and seeds.
Seeds.
It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth.
I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy.
The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
I knew it. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. Yeah, it's almost like it would be weird to find potassium cyanide in her, like, breast pocket, huh? How long was the defendant unconscious for?
The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at the time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been at the crime scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too. That's kind of creepy.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. I'm a creep.
You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on. Stay focused, stay focused.
Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation.
Oops. I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I?
The victim didn't have any identification. How did you guys find out he was him again? He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have any driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
That is impossible. He is a programmer. Programmers get paid big money is what I'm trying to say. I completely missed that Godot line. I'm so sorry. I can't go back and look at it either. I'll save just in case. Where is the transcript button in Ace Attorney? I think I'm onto something here. Okay, you saying that immediately wants me to go back and press again. You didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim, 58 cents. 58 cents, yeah, someone less than me. Victim sounds like he was or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Okay, wait. Oh, I can present, can't I present his profile? No? Shit. This evidence clearly reveals nothing, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Let's continue pressing. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Okay, what was that? Wait a sec.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Honey. Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going on.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Tribulations.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the bag of the doc who prescribed the medicines. Or the meds.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? Let me save. Let me save. Ask about the prescription bag. What was in it? Potassium. So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty. The victim got this from the doctor before going to Tribulations. The bag is empty. Bruh. What? Ha. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, are you, Trey?
NANI?
Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective?
When Maggie was searched.
When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey, yeah, you've nailed it, pal. Happens to me all the time. We had a desperate party what did I just say? We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes.
Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
Oh, my throat. There it was, and that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. That is wrong. Wrong. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. I figured. Okay.
Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
Schmeck. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cool, pal.
Indeed. Due consideration...
Oh. I've never spoken those two words back to back, I don't think.
Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Facts, actually. You're right.
Order. Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all. Ha! That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the client. Oh my god. Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear otolaryngological. Am I actually pronouncing that right?
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. Okay, well, if they did find traces of potassium cyanide in him, then he died from potassium cyanide. I think. I don't know. What? It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Left. So yeah, the same thing that is like weird. Ow. This weird eyepiece would be in. That really hurt. Like, ow.
Yes, here it is, in very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll be all over. It'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Well, save first. Push the medication issue. What do you mean? I guess they give that to me to, like, just manually progress the story. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elk correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Facts. I really did not think of that.
NANI?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the scene of the crime. I said that wrong. However, insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth, Your Honor. Objection. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call?
Nani?
NANI?
Mr. Godot.
I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick. Thank you, Maya. Thank you for being of great help, Maya.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
Ha! I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess.
I will keep going because I usually stop when it gives me a to be continued. And it has not given me a to be continued. These videos are just long. I could divide them up, but what's the fun in that? It's not like I enjoy editing 2-hour videos, but it's Ace Attorney. I don't know. Plus, we were only in there for an hour. Like, that was almost some real time playing. Phew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. I guess. So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. Lord. That was a very short 10-minute recess. But we're back.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird.
One second, actually. I'll be right back.
Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? I'm gonna have to find a new voice for this guy. The Sojiro Sakura voice is fun, but like, I can't do it consistently, I don't think. Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
The name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me, mind you. I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? God. Listen, youngin. How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do. Or did, back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costumes sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Lol.
Now then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javicino. Seeds? That was a funny sprite. Holy shit. What do you think these are, I see.
So, you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure. I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this. Shit. What I witnessed.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javicino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's all the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh my god. What I witnessed. Young man was reading the sports paper. Facts, yes he was. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elg.
I wanted to know if Dustin Braun retained his championship or not.
So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? At the location in question, there are partitions between the tables on the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
If you say that you could see the victim, then you must have been sitting across. Facts. That means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
I go to that place to drink Javicino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
You mean you go there to eye the waitresses? Perv. The serving girl brought him a Javicino, but she put something in it. Okay. Mr. Kudo, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
I see.
My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. Facts.
And I saw what the serving girl put in the Javicino as well.
I bet I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Press harder.
Okay, you're on. Oh my god. I need to be more active. I should not be yawning when doing these voices. Or maybe I should. Whatever. Okay, Your Honor.
We need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure.
There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Sugar, hello? Did she really put that into the coffee?
You doubt me, boy? She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Couldn't she have been adding sugar?
Sugar in a small brown bottle like that. Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
A bottle like this, perhaps?
Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume.
So what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
The man took one sip like it was in a terrible pain and then collapsed.
He took just one sip?
You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died.
Congratulations, you have earned the title of baddest man to grace a courtroom. Are you sure about that? So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh, yes. He slumped over without so much as a twitch.tv/GameCuber. I felt the Javachino I just drank turned sour in my stomach.
Oh, yes. I know that feeling.
And the waitress? I presume she is... That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Do you think old Seedy really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess. She makes a good point, though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. Why did I, like, for a second think that? Jean could have done that too, but at the same time, they're a big person, you know? I don't know if that would really make sense. Let us continue further. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Yeah, okay. Does this start over? Yeah, it did. Okay. Okay, the young man was reading the sports paper. The servant girl brought him a Chavachino. She put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. What's my evidence again? Oh! Who the hell was that one girl in the investigation that showed up for like literally 2 seconds and then left? That was after I went and talked to, I think, either Victor Kudo for the first time or the phony. And I came back, and it was right before I saw Maya as the waitress. She could have done it too. She's not here though. That's the thing. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I feel like this might be one of the things I have to go back and press again. Let me try and present her outfit now. No, okay.
Oh. Oh. Would Maggie's, thing contradict it? Because they're ketchup, but there's also the blood stain. Oh yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... Okay, wait. Why do I feel like I could present... No? Okay, her outfit is going to come into play here, because how is she going to have coffee stains on her outfit if... I think this is new dialogue, actually. Okay. You said, I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any Okay, I was right. I was on the right track. I just pressed everything I wasn't supposed to press again. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
You can see all the way up to her... You know. She's practically naked in that uniform.
So the particular feature you recognize is about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear just such a uniform. Even me.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. I guess I got a bit carried away. I'm sorry.
Gah. There are other things I recognize about her too.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press harder. Okay, we're finally getting to what I was trying to get at. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
Why did I just do that? Okay, I'll take that L. Not at all. Yes, sorry. Okay, we're supposed to press again. Yeah, okay. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. Save the game, please. Hold it! You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
As if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection.
The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right. I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Hold on. Where are the straps? Ask about the waitress's back. Ask about the straps? I don't know. Ask about the straps, I guess. The stains are on the front. I don't know why I would ask about the back, so ask about the straps. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in the straps. Why is that?
What?
The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination?
Fascination?
Objection!
People have all kinds of fetishes, Trite. We don't need to embarrass the witness.
Listen, you young upstarts. I haven't got some sick strap fetish.
Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright?
I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the witness's straps.
I said I haven't got a strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself?
Very well, continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless.
Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time, that's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess. She makes a good point. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the... Okay. Yes. Okay. Yep, okay, so we're basically gonna do the back thing now. Yes. Yeah, the face. Yeah, straps, yeah, okay. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
Oh, basically, like, he couldn't tell if it was Maggie from the back. Okay. Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ha! He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. That's beyond crazy, bro. Damn, that's crazy, bro. You sure about that?
Mr. Kudo. This is unfortunately where my PC froze. There are some lines missing as the game did not stop right away during the freeze. However, I do not think anything important was missed. Now, back to the video. I almost lost my entire save file. I'm going to finish Ace Attorney, unfortunately without a webcam. Going back to the good old days of Ace Attorney. Oh my god, I still can't get over the fact that I almost lost my entire file. Please tell me this is actually gonna work. Okay. I knew it. I saved, too, right before my computer froze. So let me actually... I don't mean to speed up, but, like, I kind of just want to get this over with. Okay, Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Okay, I already did this, didn't I? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before... okay, I did do this before. Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Nani? Oops.
Witness. You can't just
oops your way out of this, right? Ha. Well, okay. I'm trying to get back to where I was before my computer froze. Looks like we finally have genuine trial in our hands. I'm trying to find it, hold on. There it is. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird?
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion where I forgot a burger.
Okay, he can't remember, probably blocking out, right? Okay, I did all this. Very well.
Very well. Let's just to see how good your memory and attention to detail is. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Right. Okay. About the victim, okay.
He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javicino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
Okay, just like I'm about to do right now.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to be that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best, you know? Okay. About the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He was listening to the radio. Spectacles? Dark glasses, too. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's what I remember him so well. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses, right?
Hmm. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
Ah! We better come up with something sharp and quick! Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand. The noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? Was it?
That young hooligan. I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I needed to find out if Gustin Braun retained his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy one your own?
What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you? I'm not even throwing the seeds at you, really. I'm kind of throwing them at the judge.
Gustin Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. The young man was listening to the wireless. The wireless?
The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you? Ow! Ow! Then, the serving girl in question brought over the Javicino. The little fidget picked up the cup.
Oh shoot, hold on, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm too, like, my energy is too high right now. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, is that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw her from the front or behind? My eyes don't lie. Ow! Ah!
I better not push it. I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence, right? The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip, so with his left hand, then. His free hand?
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before? Cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? His free hand, which wasn't his right hand, which would be his left, you moron, dumb fuck.
Ha! This is fun. Perhaps the great Trite has 3 hands. Sheesh! I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss cheese. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do. Even the smallest detail, we just need one mistake and he's ours. Save again, because it started over. His left eardrum ruptured, so he couldn't have been listening to the radio. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to press, sorry. Really? Okay. That's weird. I thought that would be it. He couldn't be listening to the radio if his eardrum was ruptured. Can I press this again? The wireless? Even though I did already, yeah. Youngins, yeah, oh boy. Yeah, it's straining my ears. Alright. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, so the young girl brought the Javicino, right. You mean the waitress who you only saw from behind, you're right. Maybe. He had a newspaper in his right hand and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that. And the serving girl brought the Javicino. Hold on. Could I present this? No. I really would think it's this. His left eardrum ruptured, so he couldn't have been listening to the radio, really. No? Okay. I pressed him on everything again, so I have to present something. The serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. So he's basically saying here that it was Maggie, but I have to basically present something that says it wasn't Maggie. And it's not that. Ooh, hold on. No, okay. It might be this last one. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Crap. No. Okay, I'm honestly just guessing at this point. How did you even know he was listening to the wireless thing? Ooh, this photo might come in handy. Hold on. Oh! If he picked it up with his left hand, okay, this is just me guessing. If he picked it up with his left hand, that mark should be on the other side, because if he held it by the handle, which is a big assumption here, the lip should be, or the mark should be on the other side. If he picked it up on the handle with his right hand, that would be there. Okay, let's go with that. Took a sip. Let's go, I was right. Haha, Ace Attorney assumptions. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
What is this? Kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Ah! Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back. Wait! You think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about the dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault. Who, me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure. Why not hear a little more?
Mr. Godot?
But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Look him, eat these seeds.
Left hand or right hand witness testimony.
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
Basically, he's saying that the radio was in his left ear, but that's impossible because his left ear is ruptured.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. He got Google Glass.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen or the Google Glass?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HDTV, DVD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts. Good old black and white.
My throat is straining. Help. Help. Easy. I knew it. Immediately, that first line. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD?
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear. Because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon. Pretty pigeon. I'm crazy.
Order! Order!
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me Drip? Drip Kudo? This is the victim's coffee cup which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
No way, buddy.
Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. This is heat, back and forth. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Spit take.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. Thank you. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old... I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I am too high above you, you petty peasants of the courtroom. I am your honor. His Holiness... Okay, whatever. I am ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Hold it. Yeah, fuck.
Wait. If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo?
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault, old shit?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. Oh my god. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might have been nothing. Might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapters in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
Yeah, I better make this quick.
You bet, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening. Me neither. I feel you, Maya.
You better get ready.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me and start with your testimony. He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. The Capcom code? Final showdown.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself.
The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of its Javachino. Well, clumsy idiot upset the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the stripe of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. So the stain on the table is not even coffee. It's on what's-her-face's apron, man.
Well, how about that? Turn things upside down.
Okay, let's make this quick.
NANI?
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're not doubting me again. You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man?
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy. Bird brain. That's why that's all you could think of. English.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please.
Final showdown. Okay. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. Hold on. I feel like this is something I have to press him on. And boy slumped over the table. Okay. Clumsy idiot, the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the stripe of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Hold on. I have a picture. What is this guy on, man? Look! The vase is right there.
Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch.
Ow. Ah!
Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this...
Ah!
What is it now?
This guy is a pain in the ass, man.
I just remembered something.
Yes, go on.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
Okay, let's just go with it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're still flowing down the river.
Ah, well, you see. It startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table.
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
No, you have not. In fact, you're almost worse than, what's-her-face in episode 5 of the first game. What's her name? What's her name? The cough-up queen. I forget her name. She was ass, man. Everything you're saying is ass.
Perhaps there's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, Bailiff, escort this witness out of the courtroom. Wait, listen to me.
Holy shit, he disappeared into the void. The bailiff is like from another dimension, bro. Holy shit.
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. And I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
NANI?!
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor, please just end it.
The witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he's summarized it accordingly in this statement.
It's a haiku, for sure.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that. Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Is that actually a haiku? No, it's not. Yeah, that's not a haiku. Ass. I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony, it's more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Victor Kudo has to be the absolute worst witness we've had on the stand in this series so far, I want to think. So what did we learn, basically? We learned that, okay, we got a bunch of new evidence. We almost filled an entirely new page of evidence. We have the picture that was taken at the scene. We have the map layout. We have... what else do we have? We have the bottle that the potassium cyanide was in. We have his medication bag, which was empty, so it's kind of weird that that's gone. What else? I want to say that's it. There are a few other things that I'm kind of forgetting, but I'm still a bit flustered that my computer keeps freezing, or blue screening, or whatever you want to say. What a trial. It went by relatively quickly for what I'm used to, at least. This far in Ace Attorney in terms of series. I miss when every video was less than an hour. If you go back and watch my playthrough of the first Ace Attorney game, literally almost every video was under an hour. But over time, Capcom was like, let's just add depth and depth and depth. That'll be it for this video. We are going to investigate next and hopefully get more information about that girl that showed up for a slight second in the first investigation. Hopefully we get to talk to my phony more. Hopefully we get to figure out what the hell Jean Alexander is about. That's about it. Hopefully we get some more background on everything. Hopefully some new evidence. Stuff like that. Along with Ace Attorney, you see what else I'm playing, so if you want to see any of that stuff, subscribe here on YouTube or follow me over at Twitch with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, you stay healthy and safe, and see you.